By nightfall, Japan will have one master for the next 250 years. This morning, no one knows his name. You are one samurai among tens of thousands. Your cold hands pull the silk cords of your armor tight. Your breath hangs white. This is not a story about a battle. It is a story about the few cold hours before it and the betrayal that will decide everything. Two great alliances face each other across this valley, roughly 150,000 men, with the whole country waiting on them. It is the 21st of October, 1600. A narrow valley of rice fields, drowned in fog, ringed by waiting armies. There is a ritual to arming. Plate over silk, the long sword and the short, the helmet settled and its cord drawn tight beneath the chin. Before such a morning, men pray. You bow your head, breathe the cold incense, and try not to think of how few will pray again tonight. One alliance is the Eastern Army, gathered behind Tokugawa Ieyasu, the most patient and dangerous old lord in all of Japan. The other is the Western Army, raised in the name of Ishida Mitsunari, a coalition of clans, some loyal, some unsure which way to turn. And so you wait, spear butts grounded in the mud, breath steaming, every man straining to see through the fog. Behind the spears wait the matchlock men, blowing the smolder back into their fuse cords. But in this fog, no one can yet see what to shoot. Out there, perhaps 180,000 men stand against each other, but your whole world has shrunk to a few meters. Slowly the armies move. Tens of thousands shift into position you cannot see, felt as a tremor in the ground and shapes in the fog. Before you, a forest of spears levels forward, longer than a man, and tipped with bright steel, held by foot soldiers packed shoulder to shoulder. Above the ranks fly the banners of 100 clans, each crest a family, a loyalty, a debt, some about to be broken. The fog thins. Across a narrowing gap, the two front lines see each other at last, and a dread silence settles over the whole valley. On a hill above the field, one great lord sits with a fresh army and does not move. Both sides count on him, uncertain. You cannot see the lords or their schemes. You can only fight what is before you and trust the rest to the mist. Then a war fan rises, a drum beats. Down the lines the order passes, and the whole valley draws breath to spring. Across the valley, the two lines lean into each other, banners pitching forward. From here, it looks almost slow, two tides meeting. Then it is upon you. The last fog tears open, a roar goes up, and the line surges into a chaos of spears and silhouettes. Matchlocks crack in ragged volleys, thin smoke drifting across the line. The world becomes noise. You fight by sound far more than by sight. Banners fall and rise. Lines heave back and forth across the same wet ground. For hours, neither side can break the other. Then, by tradition near midday, the Lord on the hill finally moves. Kobayakawa Hideaki sends his fresh army charging down the slope. But he does not strike the enemy. He turns on his own allies. The western flank, struck from the side by friends, begins to cave in. The betrayal spreads like a crack across ice. Others switch sides or simply break. By mid-afternoon, the Western Army is shattering across the whole field. By dusk, it is over. The valley you waited in lies quiet, scattered with broken banners. In a single day, the country has changed hands. The patient old lord has won. From this field comes the Tokugawa peace, one house ruling Japan for about 2.5 centuries. Tens of thousands fought here. Most of their names were never written down. The lords will be remembered, the men in the ranks will not. You will be forgotten, but the world you bled for will outlast every lord and every soldier who made it on this field. This morning, the banner hung limp, and no one knew whose master would rise. Tonight, the question is answered. One name will hold for generations. 2 centuries of peace were bought here in a single morning. So what is one life weighed against the age it helps to buy?